everyone. I am your host, Jessica Koch, and this is Profound Professionals. This is an interview series that has been running for almost 8 years now. Blows my mind to think it's been going that long. 8 years. We have been bringing industry experts from all over the world to you that help improve your personal life or grow your business. I am thinking by the end of this year, we are really going to hit our goal of 1,000 industry experts we've brought to you from all corners of the earth. And they have shared their wisdom, their kindness, their energy, their inspiration, their thoughts, and their knowledge with all of us. How lucky are we? Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. And today's guest is Miriam. She is a no BS mystic writer. So she is going to cut to the chase and tell you like it is. I like nothing better than that. As an Italian married to a husband and a New Yorker, we get straight to the point. There is no fluff, no sugar. We want to get to the point. So I love that about you already. Welcome, Miriam.
Thank you.
So tell us, how does one begin their journey in life and then stumble into being a mystic writer expert?
Well, it's funny because I've been doing both. I've been doing psychic readings, tarot readings, astrology readings, and I'm also a writer. I'm a freelance writer, and I write on publications such as Ask Astrology and Calmora. I used to write on other publications, Baby Gaga, that was a long time ago. The Taco, that was a long time ago. I've been in different places. I actually am a regular on medium.com as well, so you can find my stuff there. And boy, do I get candid, because I am all about no BS, right? So, okay. Oh my goodness, I've got such a complex story. I'm not even sure where to begin, but I guess I'm gonna have to begin with the fact that ever since I was young, I was that odd one out, that sensitive, socially awkward weirdo. Struggled with my weight all my life, and I was bullied. I was scapegoated. So, yeah, I did develop CPTSD, and I do struggle with depression. And that really did a lot of harm. But at the same time, I always knew I had this intuitive gift. I had this creative gift, and I didn't really open it up until after my daughter was born in 2002. So I started dabbling into tarot and astrology, and several years later, I actually became a certified astrologer. So that's how I was, getting into it. And I've been doing readings since then, actually since 2008, on and off. But it was literally on and off because I went through some very heavy duty trauma, you can say. But at the same time, I also did some writing. I was, because I've always been a good writer. I was always a creative writer. And I just got into freelance writing. So I've been doing both. So that's basically what I've done. So I do offer tarot reading services, psychic medium services, some astrology. I'm getting back into it. I actually put it on hold for some time, but I also write. I'm also a freelance writer. So I do both of those things. But I've got something pretty cool to announce at some point, something that I'm cooking up. So, so yeah.
Yeah. So, who typically comes to you? Do you get a lot of writers that come seeking support with their creativity? Do you get a lot of people just seeking that guidance in the mystic kind of spiritual world and trying to see what direction they should go, or get some?
I get a bunch of those from all walks of life. I get creatives. I get just, I get a lot of women coming to me. They want relationship advice, a lot of that, right? Life path stuff. I even read past lives. I can do all that. I can definitely do all that. I'm not a regressionist or anything, but I can look at your chart and I can just sort of see what happened. I can even do it through just my intuition. But yeah, I get just a lot of people. It's not any one particular individual comes to me. I've had, just like I said, people from all walks of life. I've had males come to me too. So.
Mm-hmm. And so what's the process? So maybe someone's watching today and
Mhm.
they go, I'm very curious about and need some support in this space and would like to check it out or have a conversation with Miriam. Are they going to come to your website and
Yep.
a discovery call, or is there, just straight to
Go to my site.
mm-hmm.
Email me. I have all my information, miriamreadstarot.com. I've got go to hire me for a reading. I've got my information, what I offer, and I give you my email address. And then what I'll do is you email me. I'll tell me what you'd like. I'll send a link and, however you want to pay, whether it's PayPal or Stripe, etc. It doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter to me. And we just go, and you know what, if you want to call beforehand, I'm okay with that too. So that's but usually people get right to it.
Yeah.
I don't usually have those who really need a discovery call. They say, I'd love to hire you for a reading because of whatever. I'm like, okay, you know what? Here's my calendar. You find a time that fits my availability and we can make this work.
Oh, that's wonderful. And do you offer anything where you give any kind of masterminds or group sessions, or is everything really specifically one-on-one?
It's one-on-one, but I will be.
Good.
Okay. I will be, and very soon. I'm just sort of cooking it up in my mind, and I'm talking to other potential collaborators too about what I'm cooking up. So, yeah.
So stay tuned and keep checking out her site. She may have new things coming, new offerings to push out there in the world that you might want to take advantage of. Do you want to give a live example, or should we move into our tip for the day?
Well, you know what? Let's move into our tip, and then I can go into it because it's a bit of a process, and So
Okay.
my tip is, you know what? Don't ever question your intuition, okay? Because a lot of people second guess themselves. What's the difference between intuition and feeling like you know what it is? Intuition, there's no emotion with it. So if
Mhm.
you can feel deep down about something with no emotion, you're totally detached, you're objective, that's intuition. But
Mm,
if it's something like, "Oh, I feel like this is gonna happen," and you're, like, all excited or dreading, then nope, that's emotion playing. That's not your intuition. And this is why you can't really read for yourself or your loved ones or those who you hate. You know? You can't, because
mm,
there's too much emotion. You may end up getting clouded by that. It's best to really read for those who you either don't know too well or acquaintances. So that's what I always say. Don't read for your best friend or close family member. Don't also read for your enemy, for goodness sake. Don't do that. So it's going to cloud you unless
mm,
you can find a way to be objective, which I try. I mean, I've read for friends before, but not like really close friends. But I could not read for someone who I don't like. I mean, that's a fact, right?
mm,
Because I wouldn't take their money. I wouldn't.
mm,
I wouldn't do it. I mean, I've heard of cases where it's happened. It's like, why? You know what? Thing is, they're gonna trash you. Why
mm,
would you do it?
mm.
It's just I don't want to get meshed in with their energy, right? So
Yeah, I think staying in positive energy is such an important thing.
yeah.
Having joy and good energy is very beautiful. So
Hmm.
so it makes what you do very fascinating, interesting, and I imagine that you stay mostly in that space because why would you work anyway else? So
Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, I still have my own demons to fight. I'm going to be quite frank about that, but I'm better able to control them than I used to. All this
mm,
work that I've done has helped a lot. So,
well,
but
that's very beautiful for you to share with the community. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate you hitting that share button. So, since we started the show, we've always asked every guest who came to share with us a cause they care about.
mhm.
Share with us a cause that's close to your heart, Miriam.
The environment, the fact of the matter is that we got future generations. What's happening to this planet? It's the environment that
Mhm,
it's a real concern. And so
mhm,
many just think, oh, well, it's no big deal. Yes, it is a big deal. We're getting all this weird weather. There's a reason for that. The polar
mhm,
ice caps are melting. Why? You got
mhm,
flowers blooming in Antarctica. Why? Okay.
mhm.
The environment is an issue.
Yeah, so
And
taking care of our planet is just such a big deal. I love that you have the global map behind you, and and I am just completely madly in love with kayaking. So being in the water
hmm,
and watching the birds and appreciating nature. I love that you share that cause. Now, I'm also creating the ultimate book list of all the guests that show up on our show. We have all my books behind me. I am just mad about new books that people recommend to me. And I really love personal development books. So anything that improved your personal life or helped you grow your business. Can you share with us a book that you love?
yes. Okay. I got it right here, actually. Tarot for Writers
Oh,
by
that's
Corinne Kenner.
exciting.
So, and that's where my little project is cooking up. Okay. So, this is the thing, right? I'm a writer and I want to start helping other writers bust through writer's block, hone their
Mhm,
creativity, just stimulate it, and the tarot can work wonders.
mm,
In fact, I just did an experiment which I knew would work, but I just wanted to showcase it on medium.com. So, what
mhm,
I did on January 30th, I wrote an article saying, okay, this is a reason that you have no excuse for writer's block. There's never an excuse to not know what you're going to write about. And sure, I mean, you can always look on Quora, you can look on Reddit, you can look at Amazon book titles for inspiration. Sure. But is that interesting? Not really. It doesn't really tap into what's in there, what's could be cooking in there, right?
mhm,
What is the answer? Tarot cards. Okay? And it can work for any niche. So what I did was I just randomly pulled 12 cards on January 30th to write 12 articles in the month of February. And that's what I did. I didn't stick to any niche. I just wrote whatever card I pulled, I wrote, right? And like so, the whatever what it was relevant to that. Okay.
mhm,
Say for instance, for the word that is associated with the card, it's like, okay, you just get some ideas rolling. Say, for instance, one day was the Ten of Pentacles. That is associated with inheritance.
oh,
Well, what better topic is there than to talk about the quarrels due to inheritance among family members? And that's what I wrote about for that.
mm.
And my last one was the magician. So that's all about manifestation.
Oh, I
But
like that.
but I did it with a twist. Okay? I did it with a twist. Sometimes whatever you manifest is not exactly for the greatest good. So what I was thinking about, I had that horrible news story about the Colorado funeral home on my mind.
Mm,
Okay. So guess what? I wrote about manifesting for the wrong reasons, just like what they did.
mm.
They manifested a high life while they were. I'm not going to get into it because you already know, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't wanna, go down that
No, no,
road.
no, no. But the point is that there is never an excuse to not come up with ideas
So
to write
out
about.
of the 12 articles, what was the most positive article that from the cards you pulled that, it sounds like
Yeah.
some of these took a dark twist, but,
Mhm.
what was the most
Well,
positive
the one
article?
that I liked the most was the Two of Pentacles one about multitasking because
Mhm,
it gave some really good ideas about how to multitask because a lot of people don't really know. So I
mhm.
liked that one. And there was another one that, I mean, you know what? That's the thing. My style's a little bit dark. It is. I mean, it is. But that one was good because it gave some really good, helpful tips, right?
Mhm,
And I have another one. The Eight of Swords is all about being trapped within your mind, right? So I wrote about the reasons for self-sabotaging and how to break out of it, kind of thing.
mhm.
So really, like I said, ideas are everywhere. And like I said, it doesn't matter what niche you are, you can make it work.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, this is an exciting thing that you're developing. So everyone, pay attention, especially if you're a writer. Keep close watch and follow her on her website to see when all of this completely and fully launches and gets off the ground and gets started. Now, what about you? You're an author as well. You've written a book
Yes.
too,
So
or?
I did recently write a book, and it has nothing to do with this, but it does have to do with tarot, using tarot for self-reflection,
Mm,
because I wrote about my struggles with egoism, which is extreme pathological people pleasing, because of the fact that
mm,
I was bullied and scapegoated in my youth. I wanted people to accept me so very much. And I
mhm,
get very raw in that book about what broke me out of it. I have 2 kids. One has complex special needs,
mm,
and I was faced with the fact that my needs were put on the back burner, and they kept being put on the back burner while I was doing everything I could to help them. I couldn't
mhm,
help them. So I
mm,
did what I mean, I it was to the point where, like, I was already 300 pounds, okay? I mean, that was the highest I've ever been.
mhm,
I was so scary depressed that I was almost catatonic.
mm,
My daughter was missing out. She was
mhm,
missing out on having a mom. It I couldn't help, so what was I gonna do? Go along with society's expectations to just run myself into the grave caring for him when I couldn't, when it wasn't good for him? Or do what was best for everyone and have him live in a therapeutic environment? So I
mhm.
chose the latter. And boy, it's a good thing I did, because he's doing well. My daughter has her mom back. I'm in better health.
Yeah, that's good. Well, congratulations for making,
Thank
a
you.
tough decision, but one of love and self-sacrifice, really.
Mhm.
Nothing is harder for moms than being separated from their
Well,
family.
yeah.
Yes,
So
very
where this
wonderful.
goes into is that, even though I didn't use tarot to break me out of people pleasing, there are ways you can. So if you struggle, I don't want people to ever who struggle with egoism to face what I did. I don't
Mm,
want them to have to face like a tower moment like I did,
mhm,
okay? I don't. That's why if they recognize any serious people pleasing habits, look into it, learn how
mm,
to set boundaries, learn how to say no. There are tarot spreads that can help, and I talk about how each card can relate to that as well, how it can relate to people pleasing or recovery from people pleasing. So I
mhm.
talk about that.
Well, we appreciate what you do. And if you are watching and you're thinking, you know what, I'm an industry expert too, and I could help improve someone's personal life, or I could help them grow their business, and I should be on this show, well, then reach out to us and our team, and we will get you scheduled. Um, it's been so nice and so kind of you to share so authentically and transparently with our audience today, Miriam. I hope you've enjoyed being on the show as much as we've liked
Yeah, I
having you.
appreciate it.
Now, before we say goodbye, I always ask our guests to share a final piece of information or inspiration. So, what do you have for us?
You know what? Be be authentic. I mean, I can't think of anything else. Be authentic and trust, and just trust your intuition. Be authentic. Don't please others just to find a quote unquote acceptance. You're not going to get that. People will take advantage of you if you try too hard to please others. Be
Mhm.
real, be true to yourself.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for being on our show today, Miriam. And everyone watching, thank you for sharing. Thank you for following us. Please go check out Miriam's
Thank
website
you.
and share it with others so that they might get support and help with either their writing creativity or the path of their life. I'll close out our show today, as I always do. Be kind to yourselves out there and be kind to each other. And I've just started adding this because it's been so very powerful in my heart lately is decide and choose love, happiness, health, and joy in all things. Bye, everybody.